Here's James from St. Louis.
You two look like a couple.
Her nail polish matches your jumper.
Hello.
You guys are having fun. That's good.
Yeah, we are. Too much.
Always. That's the blessing about the three of us. You just put us. You'd never know. We just met each other.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that is cool. Deck the halls with cherished family recipes and rich holiday traditions. It's Hallmark Channel's Bake with Love Holiday. Tamera, Anna, and Vaughn. Of course, you know Tamera. She's been around for more than 30 years. Emmy Award host. Anna is a chef patron at Myrtle Restaurant in Chelsea, London. Vaughn says he is a New York Times cooking writer, cookbook author. He says that, but for some reason, he looks like Baker Mayfield with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I'm not sure if I'm speaking with Vaughn or Baker Mayfield, but let's get started.
Wow, that's a compliment. Okay.
You made him kind of like, what were you doing with your shirt then? You were like, airing so out.
Tamera, tell us about this Bake with Love holiday, because there's a lot of love with you three right now.
I know. Well, it is a baking show with lots of love. It's I've actually hosted 2 other baking shows before, and what makes this one, I would say, different is the love. It's very heartwarming, and it's emotional in all the right ways. You get all the feels, meeting all the pairs, when you see their bakes and how much time and effort they put into it. They wanted to make their family proud because all the recipes are family recipes that have been passed down, and you can truly taste it. I've had the best pecan cookies I have ever had in my life. And I actually got the recipe.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
Oh, really good.
And I can't wait to bake it for my mom. But it's visually stunning. And I would have to say the chemistry between the three of us is it's beautiful. It's organic, it's fun, and I learned so much from these two. They are so knowledgeable. They give constructive criticism, so they're very kind, and but you know, they will tell it to you like TI is, like my mom says.
Speaking of TI is, Anna, tell us a little bit about the show itself and a little bit about the competition.
So it's just such a gorgeous show where you've got 10 pairs all fighting to win $50,000. I still struggle to remember dollars there. They're all fighting to get $50,000, and their best bake possibly is going to be in one of the Hallmark movies. So like, you've got these people who are really, we didn't know what we were going to get. We didn't know each other before we filmed the show. And I was really quite nervous because, you know, American bakes, are they going to be the same as the kind of European bakes that I would know? And I just didn't know what to expect. And nothing prepared me for the love and the explosion of personalities that was before us. All of these pairs just adoring expressing their family recipes and working their hardest to push themselves so that they kind of improved and grew at each kind of episode. There was disasters, there was triumphs, there was tears, and there was lots of laughter. It's such a gorgeous show. But like, honestly, from day one, I remember watching Tamera as she was sprinkling her magic. And I kept forgetting like it was being filmed. I was like, this woman is incredible. And it was such a joy to kind of get Vaughn's advice on lots of the American kind of style cookies that I wouldn't have known. And it just felt really just such a close-knit, warm competition. It seems like a contradiction in that, but it's gorgeous.
Yeah, and we were able to really connect with the contestants too, which was really special. Like, I think that was something that I wasn't expecting, was how close with the contestants we would get.
Now, speaking of being close, Vaughn, I got to ask you this. You started at a young age. You were encouraged by your mom and your grandma, Nanny.
yeah.
You know, every time I fix breakfast, any bacon and sausage and eggs, I always think about my grandmother because she could easily pick up bacon and flip it without using anything. So where does your inspiration come from, and how do you inject it into this series?
You know, I think that one of the big things that especially my grandma and nanny taught me was that like you don't have to be so perfect in the kitchen all the time. I think that as someone who's been baking for, you know, since I was a young kid, perfectionism is kind of like ingrained in baking because it is such a science. But when you abandon that and you actually just have fun, then that is the best way to live in the kitchen. And that's actually when, you know, the bakes are made with love. And I think that we saw that a lot with these pairs because they're not professionals. You know, they helped me kind of remember why I even got into it. And like,
You gotta stop doing this. I got chills.
I'll keep going now. But they really did. I mean, Anna and I would talk about it a lot. Like, you know, being in this profession, it can be cutthroat. But then when you see these people, these contestants who are not only rooting on their loved ones, but they're rooting for the other teams, like that's just what made it really special. And everybody got to be really close. Like it was just a very cool experience and one that I was like not expecting whatsoever.
So last question, but not least, what do you want the audience to take away from this? Because you're already making me hungry.
We have to protect our traditions. You know, what our grandparents or great grandparents did. We don't all want to cook the same food. We want to tell the story that runs through our blood. And some of our stories are by choice, and some of them were forced on us as kids, and we didn't want it. But they have to be protected. And I just think when you're cooking for yourself, you're respecting yourself and you're showing love to the people you deliver it to. And that's winning. It doesn't matter if you're in a competition or not, you're winning. And I think that's the core message of the
That's
show.
a great message. I would say, like Vaughn recently stated, you know, these are home bakers. They're not quote on, you know, per se like professional, but you wouldn't know the difference when you tasted their bakes. So I would say if baking is something that you want to do, go for it. You know, as practice and put a lot of love in there, you're gonna be good.
You know, I was filled with so much like nostalgia every day when we would walk into the barn. I was like, oh my gosh, this like makes me think of Christmas and it makes me think of baking with my grandma and my mom and my family. And I just hope that it inspires people week to week to like, you know, get the wheels turning. What can I bake this week with my family? That to me is what the holidays are all about.
Oh man, great. Bake with Love holiday is going to be going on this weekend, Hallmark Channel, Monday the 27th. I'm just speaking with Tamera, Vaughn, Anna. It's going to be interesting because I know that Vaughn, how are you going to be able to make it on Monday when you got the game on Sunday? Guys, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
James, thanks.